Look, I think we all love to live in a 24/7 world as consumers. Don't even tell me that you hate shopping on Amazon in bed. What do you think of when I say the word Amazon?
Shopping.
No, it's Amazon.
Oh, shopping.
Oh,
Yay.
awesome. Booking getaway flights on a weekend. Are we done now?
Yeah.
Can we be done with? Can we be done with that song forever? Let's be. No, let's be done with that song forever. Forever. No.
The poop song by the toilet.
No. Or calling IKEA customer service at 9 p.m. Show me, what progress have you made so far?
I meticulously and perfectly put these together. Look at the seats in a perfect right angle.
Wow.
I know, it's really good.
On the other side of the family room, I put together this in the same amount of time.
And what did you say 5 seconds ago? Oh shit, there's an extra piece.
Why'd you have to bring that up?
Yeah.
You're ruining my moment.
Take two.
But living in a 24/7 world as a business owner.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Here's the problem. There's this thing called consumer expectations. Let me explain. Imagine your kiddos go to bed every night at 8 p.m. sharp. Your partner is super strict about this bedtime routine. Like, it's not bedtime, it's the bedtime routine. Literally, there's a whole routine that starts at 7:30 p.m. sharp and then ends at 8 p.m. sharp. But one day, your partner is working late. It's just you and the kids. And you say to yourself, this is it. This is my moment. I am gonna be the cool parent. I'm gonna let them stay up till 9 p.m. And you have the best night. The music is popping, kids are bouncing around on the couch, telling you you're the best, telling you you're cool. Nothing can live up to this moment. Until the next night at 7:30 p.m. sharp. You're screwed. Like, what happened? Let me tell you what happened. Those kids tasted pure freedom for a whole extra hour. And there was no going back. It didn't matter what parent was in charge. They wanted a 9 p.m. bedtime. When people taste 24/7 in other industries, they bring those expectations back with them to our industry, the insurance industry, making the question, should I be open 24/7? Irrelevant. Just as irrelevant as an 8 p.m. bedtime. The real question is, am I willing to lose business because I'm unwilling to be open 24/7? Are you? A quick caveat, 24/7 is a big number, it's a long time, it's a lot of hours. You don't necessarily need to be open from midnight until 4 a.m., but there's a lot of abnormal hours, like in the early evenings, later at night, in the super early morning, that you can service people to at least some degree. If you're not willing to let people fall through the cracks and you want to meet their expectations, I've got 4 24/7 solutions for you. Okay, now while there are a ton of virtual receptionist services out there, I happened to cross paths with one in New York in 2016 called Ruby Receptionist, and they answer after-hours phone calls.
Well, it's like you said earlier, you tell people that these are your business hours, and then they've just put their kids to sleep, they have had this long day, and if this is the only time they have to work on this project, and they call, and they're expecting to get a voicemail, right? They're already in the head, like, I'm going to leave a voicemail, and then I have to blah, blah. And then all of a sudden they're surprised by a delightful and friendly person answering live who can empathize with them. Oh my gosh, you're working so late. You know, I'm happy to help you. I'll be sure somebody gets back to you right away. I mean, that experience versus you're already frustrated, you're already tired, you get a voicemail, it just adds to things.
Essentially, the way it works is you have a live person picking up the phone, they take a message, they email that message to you, and at 8 a.m. or 7 a.m. or 7:30 a.m. or 5 a.m., whenever you get into the office the next morning, you have that to-do waiting for you to just cross off and get done. Pretty simple. I also hopped on the phone with David Pierce, the Director of Business Development and Marketing at Safeco, and really the guy who owns the Gold product, which is their super awesome / fancy name for their carrier service center.
We did a survey last year, Agent of the Future, and really the message that we got from that were very loud and clear was agents are spending a lot of time servicing and retaining, almost 50% of their time. And that's a critical function, but it's a function that they really want to shift away, and they want to shift to growing their business. Gold is a perfect solution for us to partner with them to take those day-to-day operations so that they can, we can provide them a time saving so they can reinvest that in, their growth and sales and marketing activities. I use the example of a billing call. When someone's confused, how much do I owe? When do I need to owe? They want to call, and in today's environment, they want to call, have someone answer on the spot very efficiently. So if you think about what Gold Service can do, they call us directly. We're in our system. We know our billing system. We do that day in, day out, over and over. We're going to give them an answer in, I'm just making up numbers here, in a minute.
Right.
Whereas they call the independent agent and they say, oh, well, let me sign on to Safeco, and they get in there and they fumble through and what's different between company B and C and so forth. And, A for effort, they're really doing, but it may be a 3, 4, 5-minute thing. So, really, I guess, today's consumers, they want an efficient answer, they don't necessarily care who it's done. Now, if the relationship is void and it's like, well, geez, I never hear from my agent and I don't know what's going on, that's a concern. I agree with that. But again, if we can do the day-to-day stuff, the agents can, enhance the relationship. I call them wow moments, something the insured's not even expecting. That's a powerful moment. If you answer a billing question in 3 minutes, that's an expectation. That's not a wow moment. If you call and follow up after a claim to say, hey, how's everything going? How are you feeling? How can I help you? Insured sits back and says, wow, they really care about me. There is a relationship here. This is important. So we want them to have those moments as well.
Right.
And to take it a step further, we record every single call. We've got our supervisors that review the calls. They sit down and listen to the calls, the recorded calls, and coach them and say, wow, you really did great here. This was wonderful. Oh, you hit this. This is perfect. And is there anything you think you could have done better on this call? And let them try to figure out, or maybe, share a good call with a cross-sell opportunity. So it's all this coaching, and it's just, our culture is how do we get better every single day? And again, I keep going back to scalability, because we are such a large operation. We've got the technology and the coaching and the training to drive that home. So I think that's a big benefit. Yeah. We look very closely at our retention. Are we helping or hurting the situation? Right. So every month when we see the metrics, I look, what is the difference between the Gold Service, the book of business that's in Gold? What's that renewal retention versus the traditional model, the non-Gold agent? And we consistently, for the 10 years I've been involved, we always have a higher Gold renewal retention than we do non-Gold. So it's showing us not only are we shifting that work from them, but we're being more effective. And it's not.
I also hopped on the phone with Mike Crowley, an insurance agent from New York who created a fantastic service center on his website.
And 24/7 capability through your website, right?
We have at least a spot that makes it look like we are taking requests for things on a 24-hour-a-day basis.
Now this is a very slick service center. You've got a great headline, you've got very clear call to actions with these simple request buckets, and even a quick video showing people how the process works.
It could be 10 o'clock at night and somebody just thought about it, hey, I need this. Sure, they could email it to us, but we basically switch that so it makes it look a little more formal. They go to our website, they fill it out. They can't get it immediately. They get a response saying, we'll get back to you as soon as we can, or somebody will get back to you as soon as we can. Yep. But then it gets emailed to me or my staff that basically says, okay, if this is an emergency on a claim, we can get back to them within 30 seconds. Right. If it's something that can wait till tomorrow, we can wait till tomorrow to do it. And it allows that warm, fuzzy feelings for our clients to feel like there's an ability to at least communicate with our agents on a 24-hour basis, whether we're actually there or not. The claim one gets the most use. because we actually push people to it. When we're closed, our office machine basically says, please go to our, if this is regarding a new claim or a service request, please go to our website, visit our service center, and you can start the process. If somebody needs immediate assistance, or if it's an emergency, somebody from our team will contact you.
Okay, hold up. You might be thinking, how does this help anybody? They don't actually get to talk with someone like the other two solutions, and the actions they take within the service center aren't happening in real time. Here's the thing. While ultimately, you're right, I do think the goal would be to have a client be able to connect with a human being. If you can't afford a service like Ruby, or you don't have access to a service center like the one Safeco has, this solution will leave clients more satisfied. Let me explain. A few weeks ago, I got a new phone and my voicemail got completely screwed up. I've had a couple people I don't know, whose phone numbers aren't registered in my phone, call me and then unable to leave a voicemail, complain about it via email or a text or Facebook message or whatever. But what's shocked me is not those people. What's shocked me is the people I do know who call me and unable to leave a voicemail complain about it to me. The first person I knew who couldn't leave a voicemail shot me an email and was like, hey, your voicemail's not set up, which I took as like a helpful, friendly, hey dude, get your freaking life together. But a few people after that left me an email or a text specifically saying, hey, I couldn't leave you a message. I couldn't leave you a message. Meaning, hey dude, I needed to tell you something super important. Like I needed to brain dump on you. And because you suck at voicemail, now I'm stuck with all of this stuff inside my head as a to-do for tomorrow. Maybe you can't have your lights on 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Maybe you can't have a live person picking up the phone, but you can have a formal, official place where people can come, your clients can go and brain dump on you, where they can be confident that their request is going to be taken care of, where they get that feeling that, hey, it's off my plate and now it's on yours. All that to say, thumbs up, Mike. Love the service center idea, dude. Recently, I went to Zink Insurance in Cleveland, Ohio, where it was a balmy 40 degrees. I got to sit down with Seth and his team and talk shop, understand what they're doing, why they're doing it, and most importantly, how they're doing it. One of the things we talked about is how they have a late night producer on call. But here's the thing, they didn't just wake up one morning and over a nice sip of delicious cold brew think to themselves, oh, well, consumers can shop on Amazon 24/7, so they should be able to shop for insurance 24/7. Their marketing manager started analyzing all the quote request data and noticed that a decently high volume of quote requests for truckers and contractors came in between the hours of 7 p.m. and 10 p.m. Monday through Thursday. So she took that report to one of her hungriest young producers and said, hey, do you want to make some money? And he said, I think we all know what he said. Moral of the story being this: if you're keeping tabs on your data, then you can analyze online insurance shopping trends and A, not waste resources, and B, have incentive in hand to motivate team members. Boom! And that, my friends, is pretty much it for today's episode. I would love to hear from you guys. What are you doing to help artificially extend your business hours so that you don't have to have the whole office up and running, but you're still satisfying consumers' expectations and needs to shop in bed at like 11 p.m. And what do you think about these 4 solutions? Which one's your favorite? Which one would you choose? Lay it on me.
Alexa, stop! Alexa! Alexa, stop! Alexa! Stop! Alexa, stop! Alexa, stop! Intenções boas, melhores que algum dia alguém pode ter. Várias pessoas acompanhando, só você não aparece na tela. Mas eu sigo seus passos, ainda não é o fim. Seguirei seus passos. Mas eu sigo seus passos, ainda não é o fim. Seguirei seus passos. Sempre quero mais. Sentimentos
somos iguais. Tentamos ser racionais, mas quando nos